Welcome to Climb English. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Today, we'll listen to an English story. Listen carefully, learn new words, and enjoy the story. My name is Olivia. I'm an English teacher at a small high school in a quiet coastal town. I've lived here my whole life, and I love the peaceful atmosphere. Every morning, I walk to school with a cup of coffee in my hand and a smile on my face. I enjoy teaching my students, helping them understand literature and watching them grow. The classroom feels like a second home to me, and the students are like a big extended family. Some days are stressful, but I always find joy in small moments, like a student finally understanding a poem or a quiet thank you at the end of class. Teaching has become more than just a job. It's a part of who I am. One Monday morning, a new student walked into my classroom. His name was Jake. He was tall, quiet, and had thoughtful eyes that seemed to notice everything. He didn't smile much, and he always sat in the back of the room by the window. During lessons, he hardly spoke, but I could see that he was listening carefully. He always carried a small notebook and a pen, and I often saw him writing something during breaks. At first, I didn't want to pressure him, so I gave him space. But after a few days, I noticed that he stayed behind after class, slowly packing up his things. One day, I said hello and asked him how he was doing. He looked surprised, but then he smiled a little and said, "I'm fine, thank you." It was a short conversation, but something about it stayed with me. From that moment, I started to feel curious about Jake and his quiet world. As the weeks passed, Jake began to open up little by little. He started staying after class more often, asking questions about writing assignments or sharing thoughts about the stories we read. One afternoon, he told me that he loved writing short stories. He said it helped him understand his feelings and make sense of the world. I was surprised, but also impressed. His eyes lit up when he talked about characters and ideas. We began having more conversations. Sometimes just a few minutes, sometimes longer. We talked about books, poetry, and famous authors. He told me his favorite writer was Ray Bradbury because his stories were full of imagination and emotion. I shared my own favorites, and we laughed about how much we both loved sad endings. Slowly, a quiet friendship started to form. I still saw him as my student, but I also felt something more. A responsibility, maybe, or a deeper connection. I wanted to help him grow, but I didn't realize how important that would become. One evening, as I was grading papers at home, I received a message from a number I didn't recognize. The message said, "Hi, this is Emily. I am Jake's sister. Can we talk?" I felt surprised, even a little nervous. I replied, and we arranged a phone call. Emily's voice was calm but serious. She thanked me for supporting Jake and said she had noticed some changes in him. "He talks about you a lot, more than he talks about anyone else." I didn't know how to respond. Then she added, "I'm glad he's opening up, but I'm also worried. Jake's had a difficult time in the past. He left school once because of anxiety and trust issues. He's finally trying again, and I just want to make sure he doesn't become too attached." Her words made me pause. I hadn't realized how much our conversations might mean to Jake. I had only wanted to help. But now I started to wonder, had I gone too far without meaning to? The next day at school, I saw Jake waiting near my classroom after the final bell. He looked the same as always, but now I saw him differently. I took a deep breath and walked over. "Jake, can we talk for a minute?" I asked gently. He nodded, and we sat on a bench just outside the school building. The hallway was quiet, and the air felt heavy. Your sister called me," I said softly. Jake's face changed immediately. His eyes dropped to the ground, and he didn't speak. "She's worried," I continued. "She thinks maybe this connection we have, it might be too much." Jake looked up, his voice barely a whisper. "I didn't mean to make things complicated. You're the only person who really talks to me." "I care about you, Jake, but I'm your teacher, And I have to be careful. I don't want to hurt you or let things become confusing." He didn't say anything. He just nodded, quietly. After that day, things changed between us. Jake still came to class, still sat by the window, but he stopped staying behind to talk. At first, it felt strange. The quiet moments we used to share were gone. But over time, I saw something new in him: independence. He started joining group discussions, sharing his thoughts in class, even laughing with a few classmates. I heard he joined the school's writing club and submitted a story to the local youth magazine. We didn't speak much after that, but when we passed in the hallway, he always gave me a small, respectful smile, and that was enough. I had helped him find a little more strength, and maybe by stepping back, I had done more good than I realized. Sometimes the best way to help someone is to let them go. I learned that caring doesn't always mean holding on. It can also mean stepping back, even when it hurts. I still think about Jake from time to time. I hope he's writing, growing, and finding his way. Teaching isn't just about lessons and grades. It's about guiding others, even if only for a short time. And though our paths were brief, I believe I made a difference. Life moves forward quietly and steadily, and I carry this story with me as a reminder that kindness, even in silence, matters.